These legendary actors and actresses have lived through Hollywood's golden age and are still with us today, even at 90 to over 100 years old. Their stories, careers, and resilience remain unforgettable. Let's look at how they've aged and what their lives look like now. The king of comedy and satire, Mel Brooks. He was born in 1926 in Brooklyn, New York, and stands today at 99 years old as one of the rare EGOT winners in history. He revolutionized humor in 1967, writing and directing the comedy classic, The Producers. He dominated the 70s with masterpieces like Young Frankenstein and Blazing Saddles, which pushed every boundary. Today, he remains a sharp-witted producer and author, proving that laughter really is the best medicine for a long life. The graceful and historic Eva Marie Saint. Born on Independence Day in 1924, she stands today at an incredible 101 years old, holding the title of the oldest living Academy Award winner. Her film debut was legendary, starring opposite Marlon Brando in 1954's On the Waterfront, winning Best Supporting Actress immediately. She then transformed into the ultimate Hitchcock blonde in the 1959 thriller North by Northwest alongside Cary Grant. Her career spans 7 decades, proving her elegance remains untouched by time. The fierce and resilient Lee Grant. She was born in 1925 in New York City and survived the Hollywood blacklist to become a legend at 100 years old. After being banned from film for 12 years, she returned with a vengeance, starring in the 1967 classic In the Heat of the Night. She reached the summit of her acting career in 1975, winning the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress in Shampoo. She later reinvented herself as an acclaimed director of documentaries. Today, she stands as a centenarian symbol of artistic survival and integrity. The elegant stage and screen matriarch, Rosemary Harris. Born in 1927 in Ashby-de-la-Zouch, England, she remains a working actress at 98 years old. While she earned an Academy Award nomination for her role in the 1994 period drama Tom and Viv, she is best known to modern audiences for her warmth. She became the definitive Aunt May in the original Spider-Man trilogy, starting in 2002, providing the moral compass for the superhero. As the mother of actress Jennifer L., she continues a powerful acting dynasty that spans generations. The enduring icon of American cinema, Clint Eastwood. Born in 1930 in San Francisco, California, at 95 years old, he is incredibly still directing major motion pictures. He defined the Western genre in 1966 as the man with no name in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. He later conquered the Academy Awards directing and starring in the 1992 masterpiece, Unforgiven. With 4 Oscars to his name and a career spanning over 60 years, he remains the hardest working man in show business and a true living legend. The quiet intensity of screen legend Robert Duvall. Born in 1931 in San Diego, California, he remains a powerhouse of acting at 94 years old. He earned immortality in 1972 as the calm and calculating consigliere Tom Hagen in The Godfather. He delivered one of the most famous lines in movie history as Lieutenant Colonel Kilgore in the 1979 war epic Apocalypse Now. With 7 Academy Award nominations and a win for Tender Mercies, he is widely considered one of the greatest American actors of all time. The enchanting ballerina, an actress Leslie Caron. Born in 1931 in Boulogne-sur-Seine, France, she brings European elegance to her 94th year. She was discovered by Gene Kelly and danced into history in the 1951 Best Picture winner, An American in Paris. She cemented her stardom as the charming title character in the 1958 musical masterpiece, Gigi, which won 9 Academy Awards. As one of the last surviving stars of the golden age of MGM musicals, her grace and talent are truly timeless. The magical and beloved television icon Barbara Eden. Born in 1931 in Tucson, Arizona, she retains her sparkle and charm at 94 years old. She starred opposite Elvis Presley in the 1960 Western Flaming Star, showing her dramatic range early on. However, she became a legend forever in 1965 as the Wish, granting Jeannie in the hit sitcom I Dream of Jeannie. With her signature nod and blink, she captured the hearts of millions and remains one of television's most enduring and cherished stars. The electric and unstoppable powerhouse Rita Moreno. Born in 1931 in Humacao, Puerto Rico, she is still dancing and acting at 93 years old. She holds the rare and prestigious distinction of being an EGOT winner, having won an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. She won the Academy Award for her firecracker role as Anita in the 1961 classic West Side Story. She proved her timeless talent by returning as Valentina in the 2021 remake of the same film, continuing to inspire generations of Latin artists. The unstoppable force of joy, Dick Van Dyke. He was born in 1925 in West Plains, Missouri, and at 99 years old, he still dances with the energy of a man half his age. He became a global icon in 1964, playing the chimney sweep, Bert in Disney's masterpiece, Mary Poppins. He continued to delight families in the 1968 musical fantasy, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Recently, he made history as the oldest daytime Emmy winner and even returned for Mary Poppins Returns in 2018, showing the world that you are never too old to keep moving. The incredible acting force Ellen Burstyn. Born in 1932 in Detroit, Michigan, she remains at the peak of her dramatic powers at 92 years old. She delivered one of the most famous performances in horror history as the desperate mother, Chris McNeil, in 1973's The Exorcist. She won the Academy Award for Best Actress for her role in Martin Scorsese's Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. She stunned a new generation with her intense Oscar-nominated performance in Requiem for a Dream, proving she is absolutely fearless. The beloved and practically perfect Dame Julie Andrews. Born in 1935 in Walton-on-Thames, England, she reaches the OED's milestone of 90 years old as a true musical legend. She made the greatest film debut in history in 1964, winning the Academy Award for Mary Poppins. She followed this immediately with The Sound of Music, where her performance as Maria made the hills come alive forever. She enchanted a new generation as Queen Clarice in The Princess Diaries and remains the voice of elegance for millions worldwide. The mesmerizing and mysterious beauty, Kim Novak. Born in 1933 in Chicago, Illinois, she is a living symbol of Hollywood glamour at 92 years old. She became a box office sensation in the 1955 romantic drama Picnic. However, she achieved immortality as the dual role heroine in Alfred Hitchcock's 1958 masterpiece Vertigo, often cited as the greatest film ever made. Although she left Hollywood early to live a quiet life as an artist, her hypnotic screen presence has never been matched. The pop culture phenomenon William Shatner. Born in 1931 in Montreal, Canada, he is still boldly going where no man has gone before at 94 years old. He became a global icon in the 1960s as the heroic Captain James T. Kirk in the Star Trek franchise. He reinvented himself for a new era, winning 2 Emmy Awards as the eccentric lawyer Denny Crane in Boston Legal. He recently made headlines by becoming the oldest person to travel to space, proving his adventurous spirit has no limits. The British national treasure Sir Michael Caine. Born in 1933 in London, England, he enjoys his well-earned retirement at 92 years old. He defines 60s cool in the classic heist film The Italian Job, giving us some of the most quotable lines in history. He won 2 Academy Awards and became beloved by modern fans as the loyal Alfred Pennyworth in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy. With over 160 films, his legacy as a working-class hero turned legend is simply massive. The undisputed queen of television comedy, Carol Burnett. Born in 1933 in San Antonio, Texas, she is still making us laugh at 92 years old. She revolutionized television with her groundbreaking variety series, The Carol Burnett Show, which ran for 11 hilarious seasons and won 25 Emmy Awards. She showed her musical villainy as the hilarious Miss Hannigan in the 1982 film adaptation of Annie. She recently returned to the screen in hit shows like Better Call Saul, proving her comedic timing is as sharp today as it ever was. The versatile and outspoken superstar Shirley MacLaine. Born in 1934 in Richmond, Virginia, she remains a Hollywood powerhouse at 91 years old. She captured hearts early on in the 1960 classic The Apartment, widely considered one of the greatest films ever made. She finally won the Academy Award for Best Actress for her unforgettable performance as the devoted mother, Aurora Greenway, in 1983's Terms of Endearment. Also, a best-selling author and spiritual seeker, she has lived many lives in one and continues to act with fiery passion. The stunning beauty and fearless activist Tippi Hedren. Born in 1930 in New Ulm, Minnesota, she celebrates 95 years of a remarkable life. She was famously discovered by Alfred Hitchcock and made an explosive debut in the 1963 horror classic, The Birds. She followed this with a complex psychological performance in 1964's Marnie, cementing her status as a screen icon. Beyond Hollywood, she is the matriarch of a famous acting family, including daughter Melanie Griffith, and has dedicated her life to animal rights through her Shambhala Preserve. The international goddess of cinema, Sophia Loren. Born in 1934 in Rome, Italy, she is the definition of timeless beauty at 91 years old. She made history in 1960, winning the Academy Award for Best Actress for 2 women, becoming the first actor ever to win for a foreign language performance. She formed one of cinema's greatest duos with Marcello Mastroianni in classic films like Marriage Italian Style. She stunned the world recently by returning to the screen in The Life Ahead, directed by her son, proving true talent never fades. The magnificent British national treasure, Dame Judi Dench. Born in 1934 in York, England, she commands the screen with authority at 90 years old. While she is a legend of the stage, she became a global icon as M, the tough boss of James Bond, in films like GoldenEye and Skyfall. She won the Academy Award for just 8 minutes of screen time as Queen Elizabeth in Shakespeare in Love. Despite battling vision loss, she continues to work inspiring everyone with her dedication to the craft. The definition of suave and debonair, Robert Wagner. Born in 1930 in Detroit, Michigan, he is still the epitome of cool at 95 years old. He charmed audiences worldwide in the 1963 comedy hit The Pink Panther alongside David Niven. He then dominated television in the 80s as the wealthy sleuth Jonathan Hart in the beloved series Heart to Heart. He famously introduced himself to a new generation as number 2 in the Austin Powers franchise, proving his charisma translates to every era of Hollywood history. The hardest working man in Hollywood history, James Hong. Born in 1929 in Minneapolis, Minnesota, He is still stealing scenes at 96 years old with over 600 acting credits. He became a cult icon in the 1980s as the villainous David Lo Pan in Big Trouble in Little China. He voiced the beloved noodle-loving goose, Mr. Ping, in the Kung Fu Panda franchise, bringing joy to families everywhere. He finally received his long-overdue recognition, recently starring in the Best Picture winner, Everything Everywhere, all at once proving he is just getting started. The ultimate symbol of glamour and power, Dame Joan Collins. Born in 1933 in London, England, she remains the picture of sophistication at 92 years old. She began as a starlet of the Golden Age, starring in 1950s classics like The Girl in the Red Velvet Swing. However, she became a global superstar in the 1980s as the vengeful Alexis Colby in the hit series Dynasty, defining a decade of fashion and drama. With her signature wit and timeless beauty, she continues to work as an author and actress, showing the world how to age with attitude. The international sex symbol turned animal activist Brigitte Bardot. Born in 1934 in Paris, France, she lives a quiet life on the coast at 91 years old. She exploded onto the world stage in 1956 with And God Created Woman, becoming an instant sensation for her beauty and freedom. She worked with visionary directors in films like Contempt, establishing herself as the face of French cinema. She famously retired from acting at the height of her fame to dedicate her entire life to animal rights, leaving behind a legacy of beauty and rebellion. If these legendary actors touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe for more heartfelt tributes to Hollywood's greatest icons. Your support helps us keep these timeless stories alive. See you in the next video.